Guys, so today we're in Prospect Cemetery. Now just have a look at that. It says no entry, fenced off, but it is the strangest, I suppose it's a crypt maybe, but it's so strange. It looks like there was rails at one stage around the border of it. You can see there's lots of red brick, kind of like tomb slabs at the top of it. Okay, so let's just freeze it there. From the research that I have done, here lies the body of Mary Stopford, Countess of Courtown, and we could read that on one of the slabs on top of the crypt. She was the wife of James Stopford, 3rd Earl of Courtown. Together they had 7 children: Lady Jane, Henry Scott, George Henry, Charles, James Thomas, Lieutenant Colonel Edward, Vice Admiral Sir Montagu Stopford. The Countess predeceased her husband, dying at the family seat in Courtown House, Gorey, and I believe that she rests here. But it's all in really, really bad condition. You can see it's all cracked and broken away. Look at that. What is it? What was it? Now, look at here. Definitely a crypt. We have the rails, the steps would have went all the way down in under there. That is a huge underground crypt. And if I can find anything, I haven't been able to find anything yet online. And we're actually here to read one particular headstone in particular of a William Griffiths. But just look at that, the whole area. We've more chest tombs and tabletop tombs there. Another tomb there, one there, 3 here, one there. It is quite unusual, very, very strange. A beautiful tomb here actually. I don't see any writing on this one either. Oh, there's something here. Margaret Shelby, it looks like. Not quite sure. And the date is done like in Roman lettering, so we'll have to try and figure that out. That is beautiful. We've more tombs along here. See those red bricks? It kind of gives me the idea that they have been fixed at some stage. Too hard to read. Maybe Elizabeth, beloved wife of George, surname too hard to read. She was 75, 1833 it looks like there. Nothing on those. And then we have this lovely railed area, more tombs in there. This place is actually full of tombs. 2 huge grave slabs there, and this would have been all railed along the sides of it as well at some stage. Beneath this stone are laid the mortal remains of Charlotte Owen, the dearly and long loved wife of Robert Owen of Marefields, or Marlfield I think it is. Entered into rest on Sunday, something of September 1853, aged either 57 or 37, quite hard to read. There's more writing there. Mary Ann Francis, daughter of Robert and Charlotte Owen. She was born July 1832 and died December 1816. More writing then, but just too hard to read. We have another one here. It looks like, oh, it's very hard to read. Sarah. And then everything else is just about gone. 1886 maybe. Everything else gone. And then these red ones in here, these I can just barely make out an own on this one as well. And the 1800s, something around that time. So just look around here. We have some beautiful headstones. Henry Butler, erected by Henry Butler in memory of his beloved wife Sarah, 1869. She was only 39. Henry Butler, then himself, 26th of February 1882. Lovely tabletop tomb here. Some beautiful writing. 1849. Maybe, is that 27 maybe? Beneath this stone are interred the remains of Georgina Boyd, maybe, wife of James Boyd, Esquire, of Rosslare, it looks like, in his county, who departed this life. 18, very hard to understand that. 19, I'd imagine, he just 27. And we've loads of tombs all up along. Erected by William Middleton in memory of his parents, John and Priscilla Middleton. He departed this life, the latter the 16th of April 1837, aged 70. The former on the 22nd of the same month, aged 60. Also Elizabeth Middleton, February 1862, aged 50. And John, her husband, son of the above parents, February 1869, aged 62. Also interred 7 of their children: William Joseph, George Alice, Joseph, George, Richard and John. Also Thomas White, who died at Tara Hill, July 1869, after residence of 35 years in the above family as a faithful and affectionate friend, aged 52. And then we've a verse at the bottom, and then at the very bottom then William Middleton, 1895, aged 84. His nephew Isaac, 1897, aged 55. So quite a lot. And unfortunately we have a lot of birds droppings, because they're obviously roosting up in this beautiful tree that's above the Middletons here. Lovely headstone here as well. An affectionate memory of Jane, beloved wife of Edward Binions, I think it is, of Prospect, 1904, age 74. And then her husband Edward is there as well, 1924. Gorgeous designs on that of the ivy. Some fancy writing on this one. Erected in the memory, in sorrowing his sorrowing something to the memory of, looks like Samuel Binion, so obviously a relation to the headstone. He was only 20 when he passed in 1858. The gift of God is eternal life. And then the rest is just so hard to read, even though the writing is absolutely stunning. It's just so hard to read and understand. There's an 1885, they're aged 82, and 1874, aged 68, and that's Alice and Samuel Binions, I think is the name. Now, just over here, it says, this tomb, erected in memory of Jane Paskins, beloved wife of John Paskin's gamekeeper. Whether you will see that or not. Gamekeeper. That looks like Courtown. We're quite near Courtown here. Married April 1820, died April the 23rd, 1859, so not long married at all. Age 65. Also in memory of her fourth son, Robert, who died January the 7th, 1858. Age 27. Also two infant daughters, Frances and Elizabeth, who died the 12th of November 1833 in memory of John Paskins, a native of Broadwater, Sussex, England. Looks like came to serve as head gamekeeper July 1815 for, I'm not quite sure what that is for, is it? Oh, I don't know. James George, the 3rd Earl of Courtown, and remained there as such. His whole life remained. Died September 1863, age 75. Look at that. We'll have to look up that symbol. Also Mary Paskin's 3rd daughter. She was 60 when she passed in 1895. Now, before we bring it to the last headstone, I'm going to show you this one up here. It's quite beautiful as well. We have the rails. Look at that one. Sacred to the memory of Alice, dearly beloved wife of Benjamin Godkin, and second daughter of the late William and Grace Earl Cullentra, who died the 22nd of November 1909 at Ballymoney. Age 56, deeply regretted by her sorrowing husband and children. A beloved wife is gone, a mother's loving face. A mother has laid her burden down and finished the weary race. Also her son John Henry Godkin, 1892, aged just 16. And also the above Benjamin Godkin died 1913, aged 65. Really, really nice designs on the top of that one as well. And the writing is beautiful. And in fact, all in this plot are Godkins. This is Sophia Grace Godkin, the loved and popular post office official of Gorey. November 1950, honoured and respected to the end. She opened her hand to the poor and needy. He giveth his beloved sleep. Sleep and beloved sleep, and take thy rest. I loved you well, but Jesus loves you best. Good night, good night. Directed by her sister, Phyllis Elizabeth. Beautiful that is. See the rails around it. In loving memory of a beloved husband and father, Benjamin Godkin. Called home the 9th of December 2010, age 79. And the last one here. In loving memory of Rachel Ann Lee, dearly loved youngest and loving daughter of the late Benjamin Godkin. 12th of April 1930, interred at Enniscorthy. Her exquisitively lovely face, unselfish and beautiful personality. God gave her many gifts, including the divine gift of music, all of which she sacrificed without hope of reward for the Godkin family, faithful unto death. And with the morn her angel face shall smile, which I have loved long since and lost a while. This memorial is erected by her comrade, loving sister, Phyllis Elizabeth. Beautiful. So, rest in peace to the Godkin family. We have another unusual structure here. It's like a boundary wall. So unless there was a plaque or a tomb in there, I don't see anything now. No names, nothing. But as we make our way right to the back of the graveyard, 1843, 1842, to the memory of Burden Stevenson, departed this life June 1842, aged just 14. Also Isabella, departed March the 2nd, 1845, aged just 8. So a simple little headstone for two little girls, very, very young. Now this is our last stop in this little cemetery, and this is the reason why we called here today. Look at that. Here lie the remains of William Griffiths of Fishguard, Pembrokeshire, South Wales, late master of the schooner Elizabeth of Milford, who closed his earthly voyage with all the crew on the 28th of October 1827, aged just 35 years old. From many storms and dangers the Lord delivered me, the Neptune's waves and Bora's. From all he set me free, but at a rock right here he took my tender breath. In high rough breaks of water I suffer pangs of death. And I'll put the proper wording up. It's online and we've read it before, and such a beautiful headstone.
In 1827, the schooner Elizabeth sank off Duffcarrick Head, north of Courtown, with the loss of all 29 hands. The ship was out of Milford in Pembrokeshire, and its captain, William Griffiths, was a native of Fishguard. His body was interred in Wexford soil in Prospect Cemetery near Ballymoney. It is not known if the bodies of the other crew members were ever recovered.
Right, so guys, another beautiful cemetery that I wanted to come back to, and I've ticked it off the list. So as I said, anything we find out, put it in the description box below. But for now, take care, God bless, and we'll talk to you soon.